Hello, good afternoon. Are you a member?
All right. Do y'all see tears coming up my eye? I know. Literally. I don't know. Like, do y'all see this shit? I had to catch myself. It was just something that just hit me. And I'm going to tell y'all why after. Don't be like mom was crying, because y'all ain't never see me like this. But, yo, it almost resonates with what you just said, though. About the Justin Bieber part. It was a wake-up call for me. It felt like God told me I had to watch this.
Alright, we got the highly requested Lil Peep documentary. Why should get ahead?
Highly requested is the right answer.
We're gonna start it off with the trailer.
Gus had very big plans. He wanted to revolutionize music as it sounds. The night that he was born, he looked at me with these big eyes. He was just like a little peep.
I can't do it.
I started like 7-8 months ago. I'm not really like a professional musician, and I'm just good at speaking into a microphone.
These songs are his true feeling.
What was that one song that we like?
R&B, hip hop,
I like all of them.
I know, it was one of them I was like, yo, this one right here. It was about a female or something.
When I met him, he just know off rip that this person's a star. There was something very innocent. He didn't really understand why there was such an interest in him.
This is ridiculous.
Now you have everybody coming around you for all the wrong reasons.
He would never tell people to leave. Saying no to somebody to him was like hurting them.
Was anxious about not being able to be enough for everyone.
If you meet me in real life, you'll find out I have a lot of insecurities.
Things just get worse.
Because of the traveling and the touring and the pressure?
Yeah, the anxiety just gets worse.
He fought his way through a lot of pain.
It's my time, baby, and I gotta go now. I ain't lying, baby, they want me for them shows now. Why you
He's so
crying,
cute.
babe? Why you crying?
He looked the same.
I feel like I never died. I feel like I'm still alive.
Are you excited?
I am. After listening to his music, I'm low-key excited. I told you that earlier. I said, oh, I'm excited about this. Foreign.
Hmm?
You missed it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? It's my phone. Where do I go?
I don't...
Follow me. Follow me. I love you, though. I love you.
Centuries to see. How strange. So far from his path, they listen to promise of glory. Can this be him? Tell me.
I don't know why I'm getting chills.
Feel like we just
Low
stepped into
key, I'm
greatness.
getting chills, huh?
Feel like we just stepped into greatness.
I know, facts. Feel like that's gonna be me one day. Why I feel like we low key on the stage?
Because we is.
Dear grandson, my prophet, my tattooed poet of the sweetheart. The wounds your father gave you, God did not heal, but did close, even if in scars, so that you received the strength to stand up against him for yourself, to declare just as a boy your independence, and to determine to grow into your own man. This is one of your gifts and wonders that makes me admire you, makes me happiest about you, for you. Only I ask you, in dead seriousness, think about what being a man is. The strength of heart to fight for love, to defend it, over and over and over again. That's manly.
I love you too.
Anyway, it'll be wonderful to see you. I much look forward to it. Love, your Grandpa Packak.
We'll just spray out through, clip it right there.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. Let's do it through my jacket. What I could do maybe? Nah, I'll do it on the jacket, yeah.
He still got that little cute face though.
Yo, man.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you're so professional, bro.
Yeah, I know, it's just crazy.
You have all the gear and everything, like, it's nice.
Hey, could I get you to
say something? Dig his nose.
Quick. Yeah, I was just picking my nose. I hope you weren't recording.
How long you guys been working on music?
Shit, I've been working on music like 7, 8 months now, bro. I'm all over the place right now. Like, I'm gonna be staying here, I'm gonna be staying in LA, you know what I'm saying? I just fuck with my friends, yo.
It's just some family shit, bro.
Yeah, it's just some family shit.
Nothing other than that, bro.
It's still starting.
Instant EMPs.
I don't think I have an all in. Don't touch, because they're very delicate.
I touched.
The officer, she just told him not to touch.
Touch gently. I've seen you be.
I touched gently.
A very good gentle. All done eating? Took tea. I bet that was good. Let's just take a little spongy.
Like that.
Yeah.
The night that he was born, he opened his eyes and looked me right in the eye in a way that I was completely surprised by. Great big brown eyes, and he looked at me like, okay, so introductions, let's go. And I said, hi, I'm your mama and I love you. I was like, I'll never forget that moment. And he was like a little tiny, like the little characters in Snow White. They're like little Walt Disney characters with these big eyes. So he was just like a little peep.
I want to do this. I want to do that to talking.
Well, you're talking now. I can hear you.
Uh-huh.
I can hear you in the camera. That's called a microphone. You don't want to grab it.
I want to do the microphone.
Gus had a way about him. When he would walk into the class, he always had a smile. Always had a smile. And the first thing he would say is, "Good morning, Mrs. Camacho." You know, one thing that got me was his creativity. He was a very creative artist and writer. And I picked up on that very quickly.
I can't do it.
You can do it. You can.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
I can't do it.
Oh, come on, you can do it.
No.
Yeah, come on, you can do it. You can.
There we go. I'm dead. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, you're feeling a little shy, aren't you? I can tell there's mischief in your eyes, and yet.
But if you meet me in real life, you'll find out that I'm not very confident, and I'm a very sensitive person. And I have a lot of insecurities.
It wasn't just like I'm writing catchy songs. I feel like Gus talked about the pain too, and a lot of people were drawn to it because he was brutally honest about it.
I remember we'd like go out and he had all these tattoos, and he's always like, "Don't you feel weird like walking into a restaurant with me?" And I'd be like, "Why do you get all these tattoos if you care so much about it? Like, if you're going to be so insecure about it, why did you do that?" Because he was like, he knew people were judging him, and it did upset him.
I used to bike everywhere. Like, where I grew up in New York, really small surface street. Everyone just biked everywhere.
You said what happened?
Small surface. I used to bike everywhere. Like, where I grew up in New York, it was a really small surfing community, so everyone just biked everywhere. Like, they actually made it, like, I remember the year I moved, they made it illegal to be drunk on a bike. Like, you can get pulled over. The DUI, yeah. And I'm also a professional handlebar rider. I can hop on someone's handlebars if they're going like 30 miles an hour. They're like, whoo!
Honestly, a huge reason he did it was he was like, I'm not gonna have like a normal job. I don't ever want a normal job, and I'm going to make myself not be this like normal person.
being a normal kid in Long Beach is you're going to the beach all the time. You want to be a lifeguard because that's the coolest thing you can be in middle school or high school, is that you're a lifeguard. And you're playing lacrosse and you're playing beach volleyball. And it's very much a small beach town. In Long Beach, it's almost like a tribalism of we're from Long Beach and we do things our way and everyone else is trash.
Gus, from the beginning, he was a creative and different kid. Big, pink and green Osiris's on that, went up to his knees. So he stood out just from the start. Probably had a mohawk at the time, too. He communicated through his image, and, you could tell that he was different from the rest of us.
Yeah, yeah.
You're crushing my soul.
It tickles. My lips.
I remember in 10th grade when we were dating, and he didn't answer me for 2 hours. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? And he was like, my parents are getting divorced. And the day after, he broke up with me and we didn't speak for a really long time. And after that, he was completely a different person. He started hanging out with different people. He came to school less, stopped going to his classes.
He used to talk to me about how much he hated high school, and he'd throw up in the mornings sometimes before he had to go.
They were all judging him. Well, you're not an athlete, and you're smoking pot, and you're getting tattoos, and you're not applying to college, and I don't want you going over to Gus's house anymore. There were several parents who he told me that, and he told that to me, and he cried. He just felt like an absolute loser. I was worried about him, for quite a while, because he was in his bedroom, and he had to have black curtains, so it was all dark in there, and it just seemed so grim. He was in there a lot and sad. He was in there a lot and sad.
516, and what else? 965. 964. 965.
I would hang out with Gus when he didn't want to think about that type of shit. You know what I mean? He was always really good at hiding any feelings that he had or anything like that. He was good at it. So it was hard. It's hard to tell whether or not he was bothered. You know what I mean? It always was.
He would run away, we would just dip from the school, and that's when he would just record most of the early on stuff.
You've been blessed.
I remember laying in his bed, and his name was Trap Goose at the time, and he was like, I think I'm gonna change my name to Lil Peep. And I was like, why? And he's like, my mom calls me Peep. And I was like, I think that's kind of weird. It sounds like Lil Penis. And I made fun of him for it. And he was like, no, I'm doing it, I don't care.
Did Lowe's on the track, boy?
Me personally, I thought, if you wanted to be a rapper, you were a...
Wait, did you see that? But look, I was just gonna say, did you see, his mural in the back, the paint looked like a glow game type of stuff?
No, I think that is.
And he's doing the and I was like, damn, he sounded like Chief Keef, and then I seen the paint, and I was like, hold on.
There's just so many
he was
other
inspired.
things that you could be in life. Why do you want to be a rapper? Doesn't make any sense to me. But when Gus was doing it, I obviously had that same kind of thought, you're a fucking idiot, just do something normal. But I was still his friend, and I wasn't gonna sit there and tell him that. I never told him, be something else, because I knew that he was serious about it.
He didn't want to go see anybody he knew, and in our town, you go anywhere, you know somebody, they're gonna say, oh, what are you doing now? And what was he gonna say? Oh, making music. Nobody would have thought anything of it. And he would have just been judged by it.
Yeah.
but it was always very good. It was the only other thing.
Basically, my father was like a surrogate father. You know, he was the guy that Gus figured, okay, my own blood father is definitely not somebody I respect, certainly, and not somebody I'm going to waste my energy on. And he, I think, kind of transferred his, you know, who was my male figure, you know, onto his grandpa.
I remember Gus literally told me once, if he was to die, he thinks Jack would be like the person welcoming into heaven. Like he literally thought like Jack was God. He loved him so much. He was like super just intelligent, very smart, but he also like didn't judge anybody. He'd always say that. Whenever Gus like got a new tattoo or something, Jack like wouldn't even notice. Like he just like looked him straight in the eyes always. And I think Gus like really appreciated that.
My dad is a big letter writer. He's old school, so he does like to write a lot of emails, but he also does like to write actual letters and send them in the mail. I mean, he wrote to the boys a lot, and he felt that it was important to write to both of them. Gus was home, Oscar was in college, but Gus was floundering. So he just wanted to reach out to Gus and write to him.
Dear Gus, I think your mama asked you if you'd like to do that research for me at the NYU library for pay and travel and other expenses into the city and out. Let me know if you'll do it. I'm sure you can do it. Your mama and I can easily explain how. I believe in you, Gus. I know you'll find your way, and it'll be a good, strong way. These days especially, take good care of yourself. Think about things you really like or don't like. Wonder why you like them or don't. Talk to your friends about them, or make friends that do want to talk about them.
You know what's so crazy?
Life is full of surprises.
I feel like he's talking to me, and I'm actually receiving this message as like, yo, like that's a grandfather speaking to me, and I'm like, damn, write the things you like and the things you don't like. And I'm over here like, yo, I need to do that. I'm taking in the letter, yo. This is fire. Huh?
I know from my experiences they're very bad.
He's so
some
relatable.
are wonderful. I can tell you too that these years you're living now, 16, 17, are particularly hard years. It's hard to know what to do, but you'll get through them and things will start to get clear and make sense. Whatever you may say or do, have faith in yourself and in your mama. I do look forward to seeing you at some point over the summer. Love, back at your grandpa.
Wait, you don't really have to do a music video?
I don't know.
Where?
Walk away. I'm telling you, it fucking looks cool.
She tells me she's not upset, but look at her.
We started to make the music videos because we were just like bored and wanted to get out of the house, and it was something to get Gus out of the house because other than that, he wasn't leaving his room. It had to be like music involved. So I wanted to go to my house when we went to the Live Forever music video, and I was like, if we go to my house, I'll shoot a music video for you. He was like, fine, we could go.
I messaged him on SoundCloud and I was like, bro, you're amazing. I had a small following, like 5,000 followers. He had like 200 or some shit. But I just love this shit. I was like, bro, let's make some music. Like, I love what you're doing.
I remember looking at you through the window in my bedroom.
And then yeah, he sent his clips through. Like he had the dustiest green screen. It was like a green bed sheet.
Yeah,
like,
it was
and I had
fun.
like green cardboard hair. We was both like,
Yeah, we was the wrong
we didn't know
ratchet
what
ones,
we were
man.
doing. And like you can see the green line around us and shit when I edited it.
It was perfect though, now when you look back at it.
Yeah, because we were so new to it, you know.
He's trying to do this work, and Emma kind of brings him out of it, and he's making progress and getting better at it and meeting people online and doing the stuff and on his own, and probably so much of it unbeknownst to me, except for the fact that every night I heard him singing. You know, he worked while I slept, but I heard him. And so this made me happy because he was doing something that he enjoyed and was committed to.
Eventually, he made a couple songs like Star Shopping, and I'm just like, dude, like, it's over. Like, now
That was
it's
the
got
hardest
it.
one.
So fucking excited. Oh, I'm shaking. And I've never seen him satisfied with his own music before, too. He used to be embarrassed of it. And now he's playing his songs every day, over and over.
This is what we was talking about, I think.
The change was real, and like people were like, damn, like Lil Peep is actually a thing.
See, when people don't believe you in the beginning, you gotta make them believe.
In Schema, we had like 30 rappers. We were like Wu-Tang or like old 3 6 Mafia. I only needed to hear like the first 4 bars of Lil Peep. That's it. I sent Peep a DM, matter of fact. And the first thing I told him was, we're gonna blow you up. Like, I didn't say, hey, what's up? My name Green, blah, blah, blah. All I said was, we're gonna blow you up. And then later on, I think we all hopped on the phone. It just was like planning shit out. How we gonna do things, and we're gonna do a tour here, and yada, yada, yada. So it started like in Tucson.
It was like, I don't know, it was kind of surreal because I was like, well, I'm out here with a bunch of people that I've like met on the internet, and like we're doing this thing now. We're like playing a show together and stuff. I remember like 30 or 40 kids showed up, and the venue looked like it used to be a meth den or something, and then there was an explosion and they like gutted everything. Like it was just a total shithole, but it was awesome. And there was no stage. There was obviously a few songs of mine that went off, but like Gus played Beamer Boy because Beamer Boy like just came out at that time, and it was just everyone in that bitch was singing. Like it was so crazy.
I like that song too.
At that point, he was real happy at that point, because I think from that show, he started to believe that, you know what, I can actually do this shit.
That's how
You know
I be
what I'm saying?
feeling. We're performing that our tracks we made.
Yeah.
But
Bro,
how we
it's
do
something
it,
in his
you gotta-
music. I don't know if it's like the frequency he drop his music in. Right, it's like you could feel a vibration in your body.
I told you when we heard it, he never missed.
And then like when we all come out, me, Jay, and Ghost, I'm gonna do them with you guys.
Oh, bet. So it's like a segue into it.
Yeah, like you guys do your shit first, and then once us three come out, you know, I'm probably gonna do Beamer Boy like second. I don't know.
Look, he's planning shit now. Like he get this, he have a voice.
I remember that table broke, everybody fell, and then I like grabbed my laptop, plugged the aux back in. They were like on the microphone. I'm like holding my shit like this. Like this, playing the music. There's no more table.
That's a mosh.
One day we were sitting outside of this pizza shop. Gus was like, how long have we been, like we were trying to calculate how long we've been in Denver and shit. And we all were like, yeah, that was like, the show was like 2 weeks ago, right? And we were all like, yeah, that must have been like 2 weeks ago. And then we like looked at the calendar and it had been like 2 months since the show. And then that's when we were like, fuck, we gotta like get out of here.
Haters, bro. Want to see some fresh?
I love old footages.
Wait, you didn't get it on video, did you?
What's up? That's lit, dude. Alright, Pete. Say what's up.
And we would go to get tattooed in San Diego with Brennan. There was this guy that tattoos us there, and he's an actual cop, and he like tattoos out of his garage. Me and Pete went down to San Diego on the same day that day, and he went to his tattoo appointment because it was before mine. Me and Brennan went to the mall, and then we met up with Pete, and as we walked into the dude's house, Pete was literally like finishing up his crybaby tat, and we looked at it and we were like, dude, we did not know it was gonna be that big. And it showed me, it was like, he doesn't give a fuck, like he knows what he has, he knows where this is going.
Crybaby.
I remember kind of laughing and I was like, bro, what is up with the tattoo? Because at the time, no other young rappers like this had face tattoos. And then he was talking about like, I swear he was like talking about like some conflict in Syria or something.
I think it was partly an identification with oppressed people. He, I think, really wanted to make himself an outsider.
I definitely think the planet is very sad. There's people fighting to survive, so live on for them. Well, that's why I got the crybaby tat, to keep me grateful and remind me not to be a crybaby, so I see it every time I look in the mirror, you know?
Everyone saw that he was going to be something special, so everyone wanted to be around him, wanted to be with him, wanted to hang out with him. And not even, like, I'm not talking about leeching or anything, though there has been some of those people in his life.
I start seeing people coming over that I never even heard before. Sometimes you'll wake up, you go to the living room, you see about 10 bodies all laid out. And so you gotta get to the kitchen and you gotta step over motherfuckers like this. People you never even heard of before. Everybody just laid out.
What is that?
And then we like, Pete, what the fuck, who are these people? You know, and I was telling him, I'm like, why do you think you got 30 new best friends like that? He will always tell me, yo, man, yo, so-and-so said they'll pay for this for me and that for me and yada yada for me. And I was just like, it's a matter of time. It'll like this. And then the next day, everybody announced they were gone. He said it wasn't for him. So he bounced. And then when he made that decision, that's when everybody followed suit. And it was over with. Scheme was over with.
This is gonna be filming you like playing your DS.
Dear Gus, I hear you had a pretty hard week. I'm sorry. But once you get big, and you're big now. It can get very spooky when you have a really hard fight. It's maybe hardest because even after the dust settles, it's hard to know how to reconnect, what to say, what to think even to yourself. There are lots of people in the world, crappy as it is, whom you will learn you cannot trust. You may like them or not. You may work with them or not. But you can't trust them. If you do, they'll betray you. But there are people whom you can trust, in whom you can have faith.
Is this a song from Lil Peep?
I'd put my hand
We watch
in the
it, bro.
fire
We
to
watch it. We got you.
keep your faith, and the love will always be there.
Bruh, why they keep talking to me?
This a message for us both.
Love, your grandpa
Pancakes. Grandpa Pancake.
In 2016, in the spring, Gus became homeless. And he'll call me, Mama, my phone's about to die, the card isn't working. And I say every time, are you with anybody? Because moms want to know, is my son alone or does he have a friend that he's at least with? And it was always, yeah, Tracy. So there was always this Tracy who was always with him. And I thought,
oh, that's the same Tracy that was with him.
Tracy's at least sticking by my son.
We were like pretty much like glued together. Before any one of us had a crib, a house or anything. Like,
I used to think I love you, now I know it ain't true, now I know it's not you, 50 on my boxes.
everything we did was easy. It was like drinking water. It was just like another track.
Peep just automatically liked Tracy. He was like, he said to me, he brought Tracy to my house. He's like, bro, this guy's, I gotta keep him with me. You know, like he's gonna be a star.
Peep had definitely found somebody that he could really fucking make music with, you know? They made White Tea within a day of knowing each other, I think, and shot the video like that same week or some shit like that. And that shit just did amazing.
He's really fast. There's never like, he's definitely not an artist that would ever like plan anything out. It's never like you would be like, yeah, like we're gonna do this.
Wait, is this the guy that
maybe like a
be
little
making
bit,
them
not
songs?
really. He's very just like,
He's like affiliated
let's do
with
it now.
Do we use a smoke per beat?
No, we can
play it.
I really like that beat.
I love that beat. Oh, let's use that beat. It's done.
Send it to me. Yeah, send it to me right now because I tweeted it.
What's the name?
Nah, I'm just gonna write dropping within 20 minutes on.
Yeah.
Dropping within 20 minutes. Not 15 minutes. Fuck that, I'm not waiting 20 minutes.
Wanna get into the bus, build up, motherfucker. Back to the club, fucked up on some other shit. All I ever wanted was a Benz and a bed.
Gus was recording anywhere he could. He didn't care what room it was, what he was doing, you know, just like they were just recording in the corner of my room. It wasn't even how I would want them to record, but it was what was most comfortable for them. And with his mix on his laptop, it didn't matter where you recorded it. Somehow it just sounded good.
I don't even know how to record myself. I just like turned a bunch of knobs that I didn't know what they meant. Like I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. People be asking me questions like.
So I feel like he always kind of downplayed his own like skills with all
I
of that.
completely understand him, man.
Nah.
I completely understand him.
And then you be like, this shit sound good though.
Because like,
Sound good
whenever
to
I
you.
watched him do it, there was like a very calculated formula behind the way that he made his voice work on a song. And he made do with whatever he had, you know, whether it was the USB microphone or GarageBand or a $30 VHS camera that I had to shoot the video with. Like, he's just like, this is what we got. We're gonna make it work. and
He's a
it's gonna be
definition
perfect. It's
as
gonna
in
be
use
exactly
what you
it's
got
supposed
for
to
now.
be.
I'd never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? It really felt like, I was like, damn, this is like the new generation of music. I was like, all these kids are just moving out to LA and staying in Airbnbs and just like pitching in $30 a day, like doing repost or whatever. I was like, it was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen before.
How many people total are there in GBC?
10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Okay. We all met.
The hard 10?
Yeah, the doors closed.
Damn. So me and Adam can't.
I would love to join GothBoiClique.
GothBoiClique.
So he started a whole new clique. He left Shams or Scams or something.
Tracy was already in GBC, and Peep wanted to be part of a group. I saw this look in Peep's eyes where he like looked up to Tracy. You know, him wanting to be in GBC stemmed from his love for Tracy.
It's almost like a brand or something, you know, so it's like, it would benefit him to have like that group of like-minded people to make music with and, you know, rap. And then he was, you know, he was already on the rise and shit, so he's like, you know, I'm gonna help you guys, bring you guys up with me, you know?
People Scorpio, ain't it?
I texted Chase.
I think this is why I'm connected
to
with
the
him.
radio show. You need to listen to this.
See,
dude
I think he was a
Pete. And he goes,
Scorpio.
what's his deal? I was like, just listen. And then literally like 3 songs later, he goes, does he have a manager?
I meet him, and just talking with him, I'm like,
That's why we
you
connect.
are
He's a Scorpio.
above my head. I'm just
That's
like,
why
dude,
I feel
like,
it.
You're a star. Like immediately I knew you're going to be huge. You know, I was asking him questions like, how do you live? Like, how are you doing this? He's just like, I don't know. I just kind of get by, whatever. So I'm like, all right, let me help you with your merch. I'm not tripping on contracts or anything. Just let me help you. You know, I'll help whatever I can, but you're gonna need like a big time management company. Like you're pop, you're a big deal.
I first heard Lil Peep on Twitter. At that point, I'd never felt like I discovered something with such passion since I was like 15 years old. It was refreshing. It was like a breath of fresh air and like a slap in my fucking face, and I showed everyone around me.
Travis came bounding into my office with some things that he'd periodically come and show me things that he thought were cool and that he liked. He said, look at this kid. I can only describe it as an obsession. I was obsessed with this, like, 19-year-old boy. And I asked him actually, there was at one of these early meetings, I said, how big do you want to be? How far do you want to go? I said, do you want to play stadiums? And he said, yeah, I want to play stadiums. And I said, well, I think I can help.
We lose Peep. I like call him, he doesn't answer. Sarah can't get a hold of him. Nobody knows where he is.
I had this it was like daily dialogue. Like, where is he? What's he doing? What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean he's not answering?
He was bouncing around a lot. He stayed there in Whittier sometimes, and shortly after that, or right around the same time, they got the loss in Skid Row, which was, I think, Nedarb's place.
We just all came up with the money. Derek was selling like magic cards. That's how he used to make money. Like buying and reselling magic cards and shit. So then I was a dishwasher. He was a magic card seller. And then Peep was just like, oh, I remember we were $500 away from getting this spot. So me and Peep, like, he had this song that you can find online called Mud on My Gucci or some shit like that. We sold it for like $500, and then we just used that for like the rest of the rent.
Mud on My Gucci?
And we just split that rent like 5 ways, and then we were just living out the loft together.
It was crammed with artists: Slug Christ, Tracy, me, Cortex, Pete, Nadar, Horsehead, you know, all crammed into one spot, and, you know, just creating music, man, creating history.
I forget what's on the table.
You gotta like get down there.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. That's worth a lot of money in That's worth, like, 1950.
$10.
You can't really spend that all in one place.
10 bands. Talking the tip.
All right. I'm gonna talk into the
Talk
tip.
about Hellboy.
Talk about Hellboy.
Yeah, real quick.
Brief moment.
This will drop before then.
All right, I got Kanye on there.
Mm-hmm. That's easy.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like, yeah, dude, there'd be that couch. There was a couch thing. There was like this big ass couch thing, and like 3 people would sleep on the couch. And then people would just pass out in chairs. Like, it was some crazy shit.
And it was, yeah, it was just like a big warehouse, basically. Like, no one had any rooms, you know. Gus's shit was all in one corner, and Ed's shit was all in one corner. Tracy had all his shit, you know, in one corner.
That's how
when
you
I
call
say
it.
debauchery, I mean debauchery like in the funnest sense of the word. Like, it was just a party. And then you go outside, and it's just like Skid Row, like the purest form of Skid Row, you know, just like smells like human shit and human piss, and there's just tents everywhere.
Like, he liked living there, but it was definitely really hard for him because it was like there's just one bathroom, there's a whole bunch of people, and the floors were sticky as shit because of the night before.
It definitely is the new punk, and hip-hop has been the new punk ever since the 80s. Because it had moved away from rock, and punk isn't a type of music, it's an aesthetic, it's an energy, it's an attitude. Everything's kind of being homogenized to be rooted in current trap trends, you know? But then we have what Peep was doing kind of interlaced between this new trap, melodic trap.
I apparently got a Wikipedia page. I was looking at my Wikipedia page. The genres was like alternative rock, like R&B, hip hop, trap, emo, pop punk. So they don't really know what to call it, you know what I mean?
People don't realize actually how hard it is to take an established style of music or styles of music and combine them together and make them be something new. And that's what the greatest stars of the world did. You know, you can talk about Prince, for example, and if he's taking from the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix and Parliament and Funkadelic and others and mixing it together and it becomes Prince. It's like Lil Peep was a guy who was fascinating to me because he was basically doing the same thing. If he was taking Green Day and My Chemical Romance and his favorite trap and hip hop music and marrying those styles to create something new, you gotta kind of be a genius to be able to do that kind of stuff and make it work, and he was.
I mean, I've met people I've thought were amazing, and I've had instincts where I'm like, you're a star, but this was like something much more, much deeper. And I knew that at the time.
I think this one of the songs too.
Of the LA underground scene. It was so clear that he was going to be, you know, the guy on top.
Eventually, we Josh Binder and a guy from my office made an agreement with him.
Go meet with Sarah, and Sarah and I hit it off. She's an amazing person, and she's like, look, I want to bring you in. I want to partner with Peep, and I want to bring you in as manager. When he told us about GBC, it's like, that's great, but we're focused on you. And that's kind of, there was also tension between GBC and myself because my priority was Gus. When he moved, everybody gravitated towards his place. In his place, people would say all the time, this is a new loft. 20% of the time, he might have used his bed. It was like always like, I'd go in like Tracy, Khan, Horsehead. Everybody was like, I'd go into his room looking for him, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, it's just some random dude.
And we don't know how to say no. We love everybody. See what happened when you become famous? Everybody just gravitates to you.
Yo,
but that's a Scorpio
put another
energy.
sample over that. Find another D-Days Grace song. And I was like, really?
Damn.
Okay. And I did it. I found a cool one, and then I brought it to him. I was in a room, laying on the like futon, a little futon I had in there like this, and they're recording. I'm like sick, having an anxiety attack because I've been up so long, and like we're just doing too much. I'm like thinking in my head, like, I'm going so hard making so many beats. And all of a sudden I hear, switchblades. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
All night long. I remember this one. On my ice on.
When I die, baby, on my ice on. When I die, baby, on the lights on.
Yeah.
When I heard that shit, I was blown away by that. I was like, damn, this white dude go hard. You know what I'm saying?
Juicy J.
I did research on him. I'm like, where's he from? You know, just trying to find out about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just happy to see that somebody actually stepped up to the plate and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my shit like this.
Now you gotta get a picture doing the same picture next to us.
You know what I'm saying? I like this. Yo, American Reject, you'll hate to love.
Do you think a lot of people used to doubt you?
I used to doubt myself, and now I don't anymore.
Dude, I don't think anybody realized like what was happening while it was happening. You know? And that's why like now I try to put the timeline on everything that happened, and this shit is a blur to me.
All those experiences, dude.
No, it's
that 2,500 people at the first show.
Like watching him sell out 3,000 people in Russia with no radio record ever, never being there before. 3,000 kids singing every single fucking word. Headliner, no support, none of that shit. Like, insane.
Sold out London, sold out Belgium, sold out Russia, sold out Berlin, sold out your mom.
I get on the stage and rap till I pass out. Hit another city, I'm just grooving. I was trying to tell you I was losing. I was gonna tell you I'm improving. I didn't call the vibe, she was choosing. Gotta keep my pride, I'm a general. Gotta keep it real with some criminals. Gotta keep my focus up for nothing.
We get off the plane and totally did not expect there was just like hundreds of fans waiting for him. I don't know how they knew what flight, I don't know how they knew where to find us, but they were there with signs and gifts, and there was crying and there was screaming, and I was like, Chase, is this normal? Like, is this gonna happen a lot? And like, he's like, yeah, probably. And to be honest, it did. Everywhere we went in Russia, it became a spectacle.
Stacks hit inside the mattress. Racks hit inside the mattress. Packs hit inside the mattress. Gangs hit inside the mattress. Very getting through traffic. I'm getting better, I'm in practice. I'm working every day crafting. I'm cool on her, I done had her. Bounce back with $1 million. Hit her out of like Gilligan. Not just a regular civilian. I rap for the squad, I'm a champion. Remember we hit up the house, we got us a stash spot. Remember it's something to touch.
We love Lil Peep. We love his
Pharaoh.
music. We stayed here for 10 hours. With 10 hours, he stayed here.
She trying that English real bad.
This music and my friend's site, and I really enjoyed it. It's really interesting, and I don't know. When I listen to this music, I'm really enjoy it. I like
that type of hat.
I want to do something, and
Where I can find
it's
it.
really cool. His music is really
Screenshot.
cool.
That's comfy.
Wait, no, turn it, kill it. Kill it, just quiet. No, kill it, because we're gonna play this.
Cheers.
I'm a whole
He's on Xanax. Don't want him to die.
It's not. I don't know if you guys know, but you shouldn't mix Xanax or alcohol.
it was funny because like kids from Kazakhstan and like territories that like I would have never imagined came really far away to come to that show. And like that was really like kind of eye-opening to me that he was more than just like a guy that's big in Russia, like, you know what I mean? Like when kids are taking these long-ass bus rides to come in and see this show, I think that speaks volumes of like where he was already at that point in his career.
He's the biggest fan. He's the biggest fan.
Hey, yeah. How's Lil Peep in Germany?
You guys coming to the show?
Yes, yes, yes.
It's club.
We are coming from spend it.
Oh, where are you from?
If you got any friends that need to get in, we can put them on the guest list too.
We don't have any friends in
No. From so far away, right?
You guys are what? Hmm? Yeah, we're all brothers.
Brothers?
Yes,
They're all brothers?
Yes.
Oh, shit. So, you guys fight a lot?
Yeah. Yes. Quite a bit. Sometimes. And they're fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to share a room together. It's getting hard sometimes.
That's great. Yeah, I have a brother 2 years older than me.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, we fight a lot.
Oh. You're excited for the show tonight?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, so we're gonna go to the club and drop the stuff off, and then go from the club. The venue's really close to the club, so we can drop all the stuff, do a quick check.
I see face when I look out the window. Yeah. I think about it every time I step up. Yeah. If you love me, hit me up on a flip phone. Yeah. I'm dying, I'll give it a bit now. Yeah. Bitch now. I'm dying, I'll give it a bit now. Alright, let's do one more. Yeah, we got
I put some cocaine in my already bleeding nostril.
Do you have to shit?
What?
Yeah, this coke still made me
Oh,
bleed.
you're gonna have to.
Wait, go back.
You're gonna have to.
That nigga said
cocaine in my already
already
bleeding
bleeding nostril.
nostril.
Damn.
Yeah, this coke still made me
Oh,
bleed.
They really put this on camera, man.
Deuce, man. You're gonna have to deuce, man.
It's gonna be a shit show tonight.
That fucking Indian food's already bleeding
I'm scared of that.
Indian food and cocaine. Shit fast.
Curry. Cocaine.
that was another song we like, remember?
My hair
Say
is
no to
dead
drugs,
as
but I ain't gonna lie, I
fuck,
just
bro.
like the song.
It's fucking dead.
It feels so fucked.
It is. It's like strong.
It's gonna all fall out.
That's because he wasn't using no conditioner for that color.
Maybe you should just condition it once.
See?
Switch.
I just said it.
It's. I do.
Got a conditioner thing.
And oh shit. Everybody say GothBoiClique! GothBoiClique! Yeah!
He believed in equality. In a way, I think that he maybe struggled with the idea that all things aren't equal, that you, even just with the concept that you have to rise above, means all things aren't equal. You can't be equal with your friends. That's why he'd give away a lot of things and allow people to share, to live in his house and allow people to share all his stuff and give away his money because he believed in that concept.
He was anxious about not being able to be enough for everyone and that everybody just wanted so much from him. This apartment is because of him. He paid my rent in August and I didn't ask, but He knew my money was bad, and it was the day he bought that triple pendant diamond chain.
Everyone was experiencing it for the first time. They didn't understand how anything worked. They thought that Peep had this endless supply of money and he has this credit card and he can use it whenever. And I don't think Peep understood how it worked either. Like, I don't think Peep was conscious of the fact that what he's spending, he had to make back, you know? But like, no one was, because everyone was learning for the first time. Everyone was so young, and like, this is not a good situation of all these kids being dependent on him like this. Like, this is gonna end up bad.
This is the grandson of someone that was part of leftist causes around the fucking world. His grandfather fucking has the Medal of fucking Freedom from the fucking the Mexico City workers.
Here's the way he said the fucking
like,
this
he
fucking,
went there
fucking.
and became one of them, and it's almost kind of like what Pete did. He came here and became one of the kids.
He had very big plans. You know, he said he wanted to take capitalism out of the music industry, not just revolutionize music as it sounds, but revolutionize, make a revolution, like change the structure of the power structure of who was controlling it. He was so excited by that. But I do think that he was kind of wrestling with the materialism of the entertainment business, I guess you could call it. He came home in August, you know, saying, oh, you know, and capitalism, and it's just awful, and look at how they make these decisions about me and the way I look, and it's just all wrong, and I just, you know, I gotta be, these are my bros and my brothers, and I just want to just make music, and we all help each other, and it's a collective, mama. It kind of was tied to, you know, a sense of justice that he has.
The guilt of having more charisma, more talent, more, you know, everything.
Y'all see that? Listen. This is, bruh. This is crazy.
You know what this remind me of? It feel like it's coming full circle. Remember when I was younger and we watched the Justin Bieber thing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I watched that, it's like I was watching, it's like, it gave me the guide. It's like I watched
and this
it.
one just stamped it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm about to hit 50K on YouTube. God is like, yo, I just handed you everything. Now watch this to make sure you see what I just stamped in front of you. Take notes. And it's like, everything he's saying is like, dang, I resonate to this.
You wanna know what's so crazy? You see when I said, oh, I had to catch myself? Yo, we done dropped how many videos already?
1,000.
I ain't gonna lie. Alright. Do y'all see tears coming up my eye? I know. Literally. I don't know. Like, do y'all see this shit? I had to catch myself. It was just something that just hit me. And I'm gonna tell y'all why after. Don't be like mom was crying, because y'all ain't never see me like this. But, yo. It almost resonates with what you just said, though. About the Justin Bieber part. It was a wake-up call for me. It felt like God told me I had to watch this. And I'm going to tell y'all why at the end, because I don't want to fuck up Lil Peep documentary. But why am I crying? Oh! Damn. Look at this shit. And his team see them going through it too. They just like, hey, do what you gotta do to keep going type shit to me. Look, he's going through it. And nobody's like paying attention to this shit. That's him right there? Look at this shit.
Dear Gus, believe me, I know things about boys your mother cannot know. She's learning it now from Oscar and you. But I already know it, having lived through it and learned it from Alfred. I can tell you, I see pure gold in you.
Yo, we got the same tattoo
It's not
too.
just success.
Yo.
Actually, it's not success at all. It's the good we do. The good you can do. The good I believe you will do. The good you don't understand now, can't see now, but will see better and better as you get older. There's tremendous strength in this kind of work. The kind that moves mountains. It's a strength that comes purely from a deep, special kind of yearning. A yearning for making things right. A yearning for justice. I'm sorry about your bike being stolen. Let's just say without planning to do it, we gave it for Christmas to a poor kid. But while I'm in this world, you're not going to go without a real Christmas present. Even if it's not the same kind of little bike, we'll get you some wheels. Only remember, the best presents aren't things, material things, but qualities, experiences we cannot lose. You, your mom, and Oscar and Alfred coming to see me at Christmas was by far the best present I could have. I can't lose it. It's in a better place even than my memory. It's in the memory of my heart. Is there any particular Johnny Cash CD you'd like? I hope you stay warm and well, study hard, be good. Hasta febrero. Love, your Grandpa Pancake.
Pancakes.
I think there were two people. There was Gus and there was Lil Peep. And I think a lot of us have that kind of duality, but with him, it happened to have a name. And I think his nature, one side, he would be the kid who was like, I want a sanctuary, I don't want to party, I want to hang out and just be chill. And who was completely sweet and, just like an amazing human being. And then you have this other person that's way more flamboyant, way more reckless. It was like this daredevil that he would go harder than anybody else. If everyone was doing blow or pills, he was going to out-blow everybody. He went hard.
That's all I'm saying. You went hard for it. Go hard.
The fam is back. The fam is back. Money Posse DPC, baby. We out here, boys. Let's go.
Dude, once you become successful, I mean, no matter like what field it's in, but I mean, especially music, it's what do you want and how much of it do you want? Because I can have it here right now. And if you are the star of the party, all anybody wants to do is give you what you want. You can have as much of whatever. You know, you like girls, here you go. You like blow, here you go. You like alcohol, here you go.
Everyone wanted to feed him drugs, and you know, they wanted him to like him, and
see,
you know, like, oh, like you're gonna feel so good, whatever. I saw people offering him drugs all day and night.
Just to be down. Instead of helping him. Acid. Instead of helping him. They wanted to be down, and they was like, well, this is what he does. Let me give it to
slow
him.
down, and that's why it would be difficult. Because,
That's
like, I would
crazy.
tell Chase, okay, yeah, he does drugs. But then Chase would come and be like, okay, yeah, like, you have a problem. Like, you're an addict. You're this, you're that. Like, Layla's telling me that you're doing drugs. And he's like, okay, well, I can stop. I don't have to do drugs. And then, like, a week would go by, and he wouldn't do drugs. Like, he really could stop, and he wouldn't do them. But, like, when he did do them, it would sometimes would be excessive.
Then we finished the tour, the last few dates in Seattle. Then there was like a day or two off, and then there was the end LA show.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
He had been touring around the country and the world, and I was excited to finally see him in Los Angeles after, you know,
That shovel's
his
hard,
rise
bro.
as a young independent artist. And I think I
see that
got to
cold
the
shovel?
show maybe a half an hour before he was supposed to go on, and Chase comes over to me and he said, I was thinking about canceling the show. And I said, why? And he goes, because I think Pete might have taken a little too much of something. And I was like, that's not good. And all of a sudden, everybody kind of empties the backstage, and I think there's about 5 minutes before showtime. Chase runs and you know, tries to get the stage ready, and we're in the stairwell, and it's just Peep and I. And Peep looks at me, he goes, I don't know if I can do this. And I was like, okay. And some guy opens the door, and he goes, it's time. I go, all right, and look at Peep, and I'm fearful that he won't be able to find the stage, because he's disoriented. He runs on stage, he's able to stand.
There was a lot of talk about what was going to happen if he wasn't able to perform. There was talks of even calling to, like, not make the show cancellation be on his back, but like calling the fire department and reporting the venue over capacity and having the city come and shut the show down instead of it being canceled on our end.
It keeps on telling me, leave it alone. I'm good on my own. Don't miss me out. Baby, come.
There was a point where he like disassociated with like the show. And I started hitting the fog machine, like just like flood the stage with fog. And like Tessa was next to me and she had like a trash can in case he needed to puke. It worried me, you know, like I was like, yo, like the one day you're like out of my sight, it's like things went really bad. And like, I don't know what was about to happen when he hit that weird dazed moment. It was really weird. it was very unlike him.
What the fuck? You staring at the flame, bro. They were still happier.
I don't know what happened, and he snapped right back into it.
He found it. He like found his way. He mumbled through the first song and got the chorus, and at a moment it clicked. And he killed the entire show. After the show, all the record people are just blown away, thinking like, this is the guy. I go upstairs to say hello to him. He goes, I told you I could do it. And at that moment, I was like, we got a problem.
I'm sorry, man. You know me.
He was kind of nodding off something and putting some ecstasy in his mouth to get on stage, and Chase was sort of like, get that shit out of your mouth, like hands down his throat, like trying to literally fish the pill out of his mouth. And there's this sort of realization where Pete just sort of grabbed the pill and just ran into the bathroom and locked the door behind him. And it was just a heavy moment where it's this sort of, you're not my dad, or this sort of, you can't control me. He divulged a lot of like very intimate, very personal things. Just feel like he had a crazy life. And I think what it told me was just like, it's someone who almost went through some sort of like ego death or something. Like he felt like he like transcended his own ego, or the battle that someone would have with their own ego, and acknowledging their own pride and sort of all these things. It just seemed like something had crushed that a long time ago.
Did he ever talk to you about his dad? A little bit. It's pretty vague and pretty, not really. He didn't really, and he actually, he did mention that he would tell me more down the road.
When I was a young Pete, my father took me into the city to see a baseball game. He said, son, when you grow up, I'll leave you, and then you'll make a lot of money in like 2 years.
He was the coach dad, so he coached them. And that was really his relationship with them, was to be their coach. I mean, I think if you ask a lot of people, they'll say, yeah, he never talked about his dad. I think he was ashamed of him. I think he may have been ashamed of the way his father treated him.
Johan had so little respect for Gus that he actually would talk to his girlfriend on the phone in the car when Gus was in the back seat. And finally one day Gus went upstairs and told his mother.
Obviously, I've never stopped thinking about what it took for him to do that. He's like 12 or 13 years old and standing there in front of his father, calling his father out to me, And at that moment, from that moment on, you can imagine his relationship with his father.
Oscar, do you know where this tree could go? Oscar, he is good shape.
Dear Gus, after the letter I sent you yesterday, I need to write you something else because it's been pressing me so sharp and hard on my mind the last couple of days. You all three, your brother, you, and your mother, have been now through 2 very stressful years. The collapse and end of her marriage, and the collapse and end of the only family your brother and you ever knew. This has to be terribly painful and confusing. Off and on, it makes people frantic, bewildered, and furious. It's probably something you cannot talk about with anybody. But my advice is if you can't talk about it, at least don't deny it or run from it. Ask yourself whom you respect, if anybody, and if there are any such people, write a few words, maybe no more than a short sentence or two, saying to yourself why you respect them. And if you don't respect anything or anybody, including me, ask yourself why you don't. Maybe you have good reasons.
I love
Maybe
Grandpa
you don't.
pancakes.
Maybe you don't think you need a reason. Just think about it, not once, but over days. One day you and I might talk about it.
Grandpa
Love,
pancakes.
your Grandpa Pancake.
We didn't talk about it for a long time. He just told me he hated his dad. Doesn't really know him like as a person. And one day he mentioned something about how it fueled a lot of his lyrics. It was bad. It definitely scarred Peep in a way that like I think nobody knew about.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. There was some pain in this kid, and I saw it from the beginning. And there's more to that story that is not my place to speak on, and God knows whose place it is to speak on. It might not be anybody's place to speak on.
I would always tell people, like, he is not lying. He's not making things up. These songs are his true feelings, and this is real. Good or bad, this is all the truth.
Obviously, you hear it in his music. It's very, very apparent in the lyrics that he was unhappy, right? But spending time around him day to day, that wasn't what he gave off. He came off as very charismatic and alive and like happy.
Just gentle, lighthearted, and honestly, good-spirited all the time. Like I just felt good energy around him all the time. He was never a miser or a negative person. Just like light, like fucking, just like goofy as hell. Like just funny, always joking, like making a joke out of everything.
Today, we on hit Rodeo Drive. You know, cash the fuck out, some Louis Vuitton, some Birkin bags. You feel me?
On my own since age 9, 16 months ago, and I'm fine. Break my bones,
Chicken breast and coleslaw.
Yeah, pizza base with nothing on it.
I can get a pizza base.
You get creamy fruit salad.
I can get blended. Oh my god, the coleslaw is blended with creamy mayonnaise.
All y'all need is Dave right there. Stay jump upstairs. Tyler. Show me that you hate me. Show me that you hate me. I just wanna hear that.
He was looking out for hella people. Like, he looked out for like everyone. Like, I felt like he was going kind of crazy. It just seemed like he was losing his mind for a little bit. He just kind of realized, like, he needs to just do him, and he did.
He seemed uncomfortable in his own house. Like,
on edge.
I mean, no seats, there's all these people. He's standing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
There's everyone sitting on the sofa.
It was like
shit.
he didn't want us to see him that way.
Yeah.
He's written lyrics about it, like, you're in a room full of people, but you're alone. If people wanted to hang out, even if he was tired, he would never say no. He would never, there were times where he'd be like, I don't want these people in my place. But he wouldn't tell them to leave. I don't know, like saying no to somebody to him was like hurting them, and he didn't want to do it.
He told me he used to like cry in his wardrobe and shit because he didn't even have a bed. People are in his bed, his sofa. He'd sit there and cry, try not to cry too loud, like he would say. He's in his wardrobe crying just on his own, you know?
Fuck this nigga, he don't want to come to the studio with us, man. Fuck this nigga, man. He don't want to come to the fucking studio with us. Oh yeah? You don't want to come to the studio with us, huh?
But that's when I was like, you have to get out of LA. I realized it was unmanageable with all these people. And I said, you have to get out of LA.
I remember like Dre or Goth, one of them called me and they were crying and they were like, oh my God, like what are we gonna do? Like Gus is going to London. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, he's moving. Like we all just like went to his house and like he told us he's moving to London. And I'm like, when is he moving? And they're like, tomorrow. And I was like, oh, fuck no, like you're lying. Like there's no way he's moving to London like in one day.
We did not know. Can't afford to fall in love with you. Not today, girl. They say life is a movie. No, baby, mine is a picture.
Tilt your hands down a little more. Yeah, that's it. And eyes the camera.
I mean, if you saw like his course of action, it's kind of crazy. He just had so many things coming out at all times and so many things around the corner. And he truly gotten into a flow where he was just rolling forward with so much. Fashion was honestly like the next big thing. He wanted to start his own clothing brand, no smoking. He thought to himself, I could design the coolest shit.
And I was like, he's going to Fashion Week. I want him to arrive like a star. I said, I want him to roll into Fashion Week. And I was like, he's gonna be a really big star. And he actually was. Everyone went crazy for him.
There was something very innocent and childlike in his lack of understanding at the beginning of the fashion industry, of designers, of photographers, of stylists. He didn't really understand why this was all happening and why there was such an interest in him. Somebody doing their first fashion shoot with Mario Testino for V magazine, being styled by Nicola Formichetti, a really like ace stylist who's kind of responsible for the careers of like Lady Gaga.
I don't like how they had him
who
posing
at the
like
time
that.
was the
What the
creative
fuck?
director for Diesel. It was a huge deal. And so that would give him like that springboard into fashion industry.
How is this fashion? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Nobody came. something that we crave. Don't tell us to behave. I'm sick of always hearing at your age. I don't want to waste my time. Become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line. Become another victim of your conformity. I back down. Cause you don't know us at all. We laugh when all people fall. But what would you expect with a culture so small? Heavy metal and mullets is how we were raised. Maiden and priest were the gods that we praise. Cause we like having fun at other people's expense and trotting people down is just a minor offense. And it's none of your concern. I guess I'll never learn. I'm sick of being told to wait my turn. I don't want to waste my time. Become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line. Become another victim of your conformity. I back down.
How's your first time in Paris, mate?
I will come and haunt you if I ever fucking die. I'ma be too fly. See me looking like a goddamn.
Hey, can we get a bounce down with that? And can you send it back to that email that I sent?
My friends.
McConan.
Isn't that
looked at it like
McConan? Yeah.
I like this kid. He's cool as fuck. Let's do this shit. And let's go hard. They were FaceTiming me from that fucking studio constantly. Like, I was supposed to be there as well.
Oh, yeah, he was
It's
doing
just
too
that
much.
I never liked inserting myself into these situations. I wanted them to, like,
He
fucking have
was trying to
freedom in their
he was
moments
trying to
and
make my
fuck
dog switch sides just now.
And I'm not fucking here fucking.
Anyway, he
It
was trying to
very
make my dog
surreal,
switch
and
sides just now.
I felt with him, I was like, look, you look like me on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like on the outside with all your that house just like, rah, it's scary. I was like, that's how I really am on the inside. And I said, but you on the inside look kind of soft and nice as how I look on the outside. And you know what I'm saying? So we would have this cool little, you know what I'm saying, dynamic with each other to where it's like, we're saying we're little broken-hearted teddy bears and we're like repairing each other. You know what I mean? Him. And so like, you know, we're making this music, right? And so like this music is like, it's gonna heal the world and it's gonna elevate us into pop star land.
Hello.
Break my heart, but don't tell me I'm not doing fine, 'cause I'm doing fine. Let me go, I'm spending time, not doing fine, but I'm doing fine. Rain for my love, rain for my love, when you got everything that I want.
Yeah, he doing too much.
Sarah's gonna be like, what did they?
Look, now my dog wearing
It was
polish
great,
and
man.
shit.
I've never made music like that with anybody. Like, it's just, it was never a dull session. You know what I'm saying? The only time we had to leave the session is because too many people came to the session. And I'm like, Pete, we've got to get out of here. Like, it's just getting hectic. We're not getting no work done. And then like, people, we're so nice, right? I started having to try to teach him like, bro, and they're gonna take everything. You have to start being like, no, no, no.
And me and McConan kind of like fucking towards the end, I'll be honest with you, like, we weren't being dicks. We weren't being haters to like his whole group of friends, like, you know what I mean? But like, did me and McConan tell him specifically he needed to stop fucking hanging out with everybody he was hanging out with and kind of take a step back and let this like fucking wave get to where it was going? Because I already saw where it was.
I would be with him sometimes and some of his friends would call him and be like, what the fuck, like I'm going on tour, I'm doing this, like we're coming. Sometimes he would really cry and be like, I don't know how to help them, I've done everything. Like they're all homeless, I let them stay at my house, I let them come in and out, I let them wear my clothes, I buy them food.
When we went to London, sort of him and GBC were kind of having some sort of riff or something, and they were kind of saying like a lot of negative things, and he was feeling sad and stuff about it. And I was like, a lot of people don't want you to grow without them. You have a lot of great opportunity going on. Your music is so real, and I know that you've been in your pain and hurt to get this music. And this is like, when you do this, you're alone, right? And all you really wanted is others around you, and now you have everybody coming around you for all the wrong reasons. Your friends are gonna start saying the worst things about you. You know what I'm saying? The ones that you were with the longest and you were friends, and then they're gonna start saying the worst things about you, and it's gonna hurt you the most.
I distinctly said to him, you know you're not just a rapper. And he said, yeah. And I said, you do know that in order to achieve what you're gonna be able of achieving, you're gonna have to leave people behind. And I said, do you understand that? And he said, yeah. He said, I know that.
Y'all ready?
This sound like saying Juice WRLD over here.
When Chase reached out and was like, you ready for the next one? I was like, okay, you know, okay. Because now at least I knew a little more of what to expect. And I was coming in a little bit more prepared. So that was nice. But it didn't matter, you know, like it didn't matter in the end because like so many things got changed the week before that tour left.
This is him leaving officially. Fish Narc and yours is kidnapping. They are responsible. They are responsible. This is him right now. This is the before video in case this goes tits up.
The tour was originally supposed to be just him, and I think he wanted to bring Tracy. You know, that was his original plans until everything went down like a week before tour. He didn't want to tell them I'm leaving GBC without kind of giving them a present, you know, taking them on tour and getting them exposure.
It was like this perfect storm. It's like that was happening while he and I had an issue, and he was touring where I couldn't be close to him. And, you know, and so that led to the situation of having to switch tour crew, and we had a whole new crew. And we had like days to do this. We had maybe like 3 to 5 days.
The people brought in had no fucking idea what they're doing. The LD was holding it down. He was pretty much being production manager and tour manager, and that's not his fucking job, you know what I mean? But he was like, this is a nightmare. This is the worst tour I've ever been on.
What I do, how old I am, where I'm from?
Your name, how old are you, where you're from, what you do.
Okay. My name is Lil Peep. I'm 21. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm a goth boy. I'm a Laker boy.
I didn't even know he was from New York.
Starting to pop off.
I know this GothBoiClique started to pop up when I had to start walking around with my shades on. You feel me?
Yeah, that's me all day.
What's it feel like to see kids lying down the block to see you?
It feels like I gotta keep my shades on.
You gotta answer it differently.
Okay.
So the feeling I get from seeing kids lying down the block.
The feeling I get from seeing kids lying down the block for my show is that I gotta keep my shades on.
How does it feel to have kids sing your lyrics back at you?
When kids sing my lyrics back at me, it reminds me that I need to keep my shades on at all
You play
times.
too much.
How has this tour been?
This tour has been great. My shades have been on the whole time.
You play too much.
I'm kissing styrofoam. Who know what I be on? That's what I be on. She know what I be on. Who know what I be on? That's what I be on. Baby, move along. I keep moving on. I keep moving on. We keep making up. I keep moving on. We keep making up. I keep moving on. We keep making up. I can't make it up.
You remember him? I can't remember his name. You remember him?
Riff Raff?
Yeah. What happened to him?
No, well, not like he's a different generation.
Yeah.
GothBoiClique trying to stay clean. Yeah, GothBoiClique, we got big dreams. And my new bitch on a movie screen.
You're open through your lyrics and through your music in terms of your relationship with anxiety, and of course the byproducts of things like that, like depression and such. And this is a very important subject now because more than ever we're seeing, you know, kids and young people really suffering through this. This is now an established part of life. You know, how is your relationship with that right now? Now you're actually out on the road, keeping yourself busy, touring, making music. Is it still a struggle for you to stay centered and stay, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. If anything, things have gotten worse, probably.
Because of the traveling and the touring and the pressure?
Yeah, things just get worse. The anxiety just gets worse and worse and worse every day.
Every time I saw him, he would cry to me. Like, every time, how much he, like, wished, like, everything could go back to normal and he didn't have this pressure on him, and he wished we could just be in his room and, like, do nothing all day like we used to, but, like, it just, like, can't happen anymore.
I have a salmon avocado roll, a tuna avocado roll, avocado roll, please, extra soy sauce. Can I have your sauce, please?
By the time we get to, like, El Paso or like those later dates, me and that kid have been up every night for hours. My sleep schedule is stupid. Like, I don't know, I was kind of going insane. For 2 months, you know, for 2 months we were like nonstop. He was going so hard for everyone else.
For the past 2 months, I haven't seen a friend's face.
Friends, business, management, he had a lot of pressure on him, you know? Like, he was just one human being. And I think anybody would have a problem with dealing with all of that. And it came from every angle, you know what I mean? It really did come from every angle. He had a lot of kindness. He had a very warm heart, cared about anybody, like, you know, like, and like, I think people like were like, oh, because he's so kind, I can like probably get his time, or I can probably get him to do this or that, or like give me a feature, or listen to my problems. And like, he didn't have all the answers for his own problems. Like, how is he supposed to help all these people? I mean, his music was like the most he could give them, I feel like, and people wanted almost more. He couldn't be everything to everyone, you know what I mean?
Pause it.
When Wednesday, November 15, 2017, 20:52 and 48 seconds.
Hello?
911, what is the emergency?
I need an ambulance.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at The Rock. I'm at a venue called The Rock.
All right, tell me what's going on there.
I'm working with an artist and he's just completely out of it. He's cold, he's just knocked out. I don't know what he's faking, but he's completely out. He's not awake. We're trying to wake him up and he's not awake at all.
Breathing normally.
Not really, no.
All right. We're getting the health center now. I want you to get him flat on his back on the floor with nothing under his head.
I'm on the phone to the ambulance now. I'm on the phone to the ambulance now, bro.
Okay, are you next to him now?
We're in the bus.
Okay, can you get him just flat on the ground?
We need to get him flat on the ground.
If he is not breathing normally, we need to start CPR to keep the oxygen pumping through his blood.
We need to get him flat on his back. We need to get him flat on his back. We need to get him flat on his back.
We need to get him doing. We need to do.
On the floor. On the floor, yeah, on the floor.
If whoever's doing it starts to get tired, have somebody else take over.
If she gets tired, then fucking take over. Let's stay on the phone. Is somebody on their way?
They're already on their way. Lights and sirens.
They're on their way.
Right there. They're not very far away.
Fucking.
You don't know how to call a mother to tell her that her son just died. So I called her and she had like woken up. I think she said she had just gone to sleep, and I was just like, Liza, I'm so sorry. Peep has passed. We think he OD'd, but the paramedics were there and the cops, you know, declared him dead. What kept going through my head is like, I have, you know, 2 babies, and I'm just like putting myself in his mother's shoes, and I'm trying to process that this kid who I've spent the last year and a half taking care of is gone, and
I looked at him like he's so strong to me, and then he looks at me like I'm so strong to him. So it was just, you know, it's just it's like, it makes you feel worth it, you know, especially when you look up to somebody, and you look up to somebody and they look up to you back, and so where you guys are feeling equal. And it's not like you're looking up to somebody, anything, you just feel good being accepted by another. And so that's what me and Lil Peep had.
The reality is that Peep is like a fucking Viking, and that he probably could muscle the unimaginable. However, he took, you know, over the lethal dose of fentanyl. I mean, there's no fucking, that's just death. That's like death for anyone who takes it, you know? He got spiked with something that like was far more than any system could take, you know? It was sort of, he just got fucking killed, you know?
I remember seeing one video as a kid in the beginning. It was daylight still. He was passed out. And then the second video with Bexy, it was really dark, and he really looked like he was fucking gone.
At least hours, like 4 or 5 hours go by, and there's obviously like timestamps for this too, so there's like proof that like 4 or 5 hours go by and the sun's down and he's in the exact same position. Like no one decided to touch him, not one person.
Listen, I came onto the bus, and my first thing I always do is check on Pete. Went straight to the back of the bus. Everybody's on the bus now, at the front. Opened the door, seen him, blanket, like light off first of all, aircon blowing, which is something he does when he goes to sleep, yeah? He's covered in a blanket and his head's back looking like he's knocked out. I was under the belief, yeah, that Pete went to sleep.
So how the fuck, is there any type of motive or any reasoning behind some type of conspiracy? I can't even go online, my nigga. I'm looking at my mom in the eyes, bro, like every little thing that I've ever done wrong just blown up, my nigga. It's the most embarrassing thing, my nigga. And especially when I know the fucking truth, you know? And I know that this shit is just so wrong, my nigga, and just all lies. I'm just so paranoid, like, may not even be y'all doing. I don't know how this may be flipped, you know? What specific parts of this documentary are gonna be pointed against me and my family? You know what I mean? Well, I mean, it will have nothing to do with you guys. It will be completely out of here, bro. You feel me? No, I mean like, after this comes out, you feel me? Certain parts that get picked up, you know what I mean? And edited by the conspiracist, and oh, this is why this happened, and this is why suck my dick, bitch, nigga. That's why this happened, nigga. You feel me? Fuck you, bitch, nigga. You got me fucked up, nigga. That's why this happened.
Who is this?
Peep's death, it's a lot of mystery behind it. What the fuck was everybody doing? Like, I'm not sitting here pointing no fingers. I wouldn't know, so I don't know. Like, hey, you need 30 minutes? Okay, cool. You need an hour? All right, a little weird. But 4 hours? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know exactly what happened, but to me, something ain't right. Look, I'm telling you right now, keep this in there. Half the people that's gonna be in this documentary, they bullshitting, they cloud chasing. That's all it is. You have to.
And he was the one
be
that
aware
started getting him
of
where he
your
was at.
surroundings.
You feel me?
Because not everybody your friend.
Mm.
So I believe he was starting to wake up, but he just couldn't because he didn't get the opportunity to. Everything came back full circle.
We're right here. I'll be back in the morning. I know that I'm not that important to you, but to me, girl, it's so much more than gorgeous. So much more than perfect. Right now, I'm not really working. If you give me time, I'll work on it. Give me some time, I'll work on it.
He did not get to have his life. He was going to get to really have a experience. I think what really is heartbreaking to me, though, is that he had endured a lot of pain and he had fought his way through it. And he was, you know, he'd fought his way through the pain of his childhood, really, but he just didn't give up. But that's why I have anger at. That's the thing, you know, so like all of this is like you get to holding on to him, and then don't want to let him go. But you definitely don't want to get, you just don't want to let him go.
I'd had my usual day, a couple hours at the gym in the morning and then working hard in the afternoon. Come home about 6:30, make my soup, and go to bed. And get up at 5 and do my routine for the next day. And, but then some point in the middle of the night, the light went on and Jenny, Liza's mother, came. She has a key to the house, and she came in and kind of just touched me, and with the light, I woke up, and she said, kind of taking a breath, "Gus is dead." And that woke me up. I don't think I'd felt anything that bad. Or so strangely bad. Ever before. It's just a wound that I think it heals, but only in the sense that the pain of it never really ends. The shock of the pain subsides unevenly, because sometimes, you know, the littlest thing. Harvard Square, I see some kid walking along the way Gus walked in a kind of, I don't know what kind of, how to describe it. And just, you know, I mean, daily, it gets to you.
Damn, they show all this?
You know, everybody's life in that way is some kind of instant in eternity. And the good in it is just there forever. I mean, I think Augustine got that from Plato, and from what he understood from Greekish gospels like John, that these things are limitlessly good, and that makes me feel I don't have to worry about it. It's just true. I mean, there's that gospel song that I remembered some point over the last few years about this little light of mine, but the chorus is wonderful, more than the verses, I think. It's about, do remember me way beyond the blue. I think that's where truth is, way beyond the blue. But it's as real as it is here and now. So Gus is gone, but you know, he's way beyond the blue. The deepest significance of being in the world, but not of it. You don't have to accept the limits of it. And certainly Gus didn't. And he had work to do, and he wanted to do it, to say what he had to say, a real bell-ringing truth. He wanted to get it right and get it out. And I think that's, you know, real art, and more than that, real soul.
Club lights, we fly every night. Baby, I don't wanna do that. You're tight, jeans tight, dirty Sprite. She like, how the fuck you do that? I can't be there all the time.
It's been 9 years since his daughter.
I can't leave here anytime soon. I got something to do, yeah. Walk away as the door slams. You got blood in your poor hands. I just wanted to help, now I'm going to hell. Walk away as the door slams. Walk away as the door slams. You got blood in your poor hands.
everybody's everything.
That
Foreign.
was breathtaking. That was. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. When you said we was doing Lil Peep documentary today, I was like excited to like dig deeper into him, right? I didn't expect it to affect me the way it did because it's like, yo, I am him. He is me. Like, a lot of people see me on camera, right? They see me as, oh, mom, react, whatever. But they don't even know the story of what I got going on in real life. You get what I'm saying? They don't even know the sleepless nights, the stress, or the little outside of stuff that I gotta sit and be like, all right, let's make vids. But I want to be honest, like in real life, like everything that I just seen in this documentary is my story of what I've always been through. The aura that I have, the way people attach to me, the mindset of giving everything you have and you take little bit, and the mindset of you want to take everybody with you. You want to give everybody everything. Like I used to work so hard, and people like, I need this and I need this, and I give it to them, and I think to myself, okay, I'm gonna go back and get it. And I didn't realize it until like up to now, these last 3 years, that I was tired. I was like, this shit is too much. I started having mental breakdowns. I started going to mental shit. And honestly, like, you know what saved me, bro? Not only like fasting and really just started saying no, but ever since I started like getting on this platform and finding something else that makes me happy and watching how much love I get off of people who don't even know me, that don't ask me for nothing but to do reactions, it's like that has been a life-changing experience for me. You know what I'm saying? And to watch this and be like, yo, I understand. That's why I kind of had the chills and I teared up. I'm like, yo, this is me. This was my life. Like, I don't even know how to express it, but through words, through writing, through this is how I get it out. And that's exactly how he got it out. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, what the hell? And the only crazy part about this whole thing is Lil Peep didn't have the chance to get to that point where he finally starts saying no or shutting things down. I've actually had this chance. And within the last 2 years, I went through the phase where I had to cut a lot of people off and realize I can't take everybody with me. And I was working harder to put everybody on, and I had put myself last. And I felt like I wasn't getting nowhere. And everybody would just take. All they wanted was to take, and make you feel bad. And then when I realized like this shit is driving me crazy, I was able to like go into a bubble and just like, nah, fuck that. This year was the beginning of the year where I was like, I'm putting myself first. Last year was the peak. Last 3 years was my breakdown, was where God took everything from me. And I had to sit back and realize who was really there for me and who wasn't. He put me in a situation where I was like, yeah, I can't be around this. I can't mess with this person. I can't be down with this person. To the point where it ended up just being me and you now. Me and you, the dog, the lizard. And I've been in this bubble and I've been so happy, and I was able to isolate everybody and revamp myself. Like, people see me on this camera and they see me as reaction, but they don't even know like how much more I have outside of this that I talk to foreign about every day. Like, man, I can't wait for them to really see what I really do, or wait for them to see who I am in real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't wait. But I love the fact that y'all support and y'all love what we do here. And there's nothing fake about what we're doing on camera. This just one side of y'all getting to know who I am. But in real life, in real person, like, y'all gonna be like, yo, she's more than we thought. You know what I'm saying? But Lil Peep, I needed to see that because it was confirmation for me to know that what I went through these last 3 years and where I am now, I dodged a big bullet that he didn't get a chance to dodge. Because I went through that same situation and I was like, oh, I'm about to cry again because this is real. Like, I was like, damn, this is confirmation. Like, hey, you're not wrong for everything. Like, you made it. You succeed. And it's almost like a sacrifice. You get what I'm saying? Like, look what he went through that you went through, but you made it. And he didn't get the chance to make it. So it was like, yo, I think I'm where I need to be now to elevate to that next level that I've been trying to do. But people always took advantage of my time, my energy, my aura, my vibe, it's just, and I'm a Scorpio, and he's a Scorpio. And one thing about Scorpio, we love hard. We put everybody before us. We try to put everybody on. We try to carry everybody on our back, and that just like hit me like, I understood. I was like, yo, I know why he doing this because I felt it. That was me. So I'm glad I got to watch this because it just gave me confirmation like you in the right place right now. You know, and the only thing that's sad after watching this was like, damn, I wish I had a chance to meet him. That's the only thing that like, ugh. But thank you for the confirmation, Lil Peep. Like, that is a whole different inspiration of me. That just added to everything else that's been changing my life. This YouTube reaction, building a 47,000 fan base, people who don't know me in real life that support me harder than people who's around me in real life. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, I was just telling Daniel today. I said, boy, the YouTube people go hard for me. They go so hard for me, and people in real life, they see what I be doing, but they won't even repost my shit or support or like or comment or nothing. But I said the people on YouTube don't even know me in real life, and they go harder for me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I owe them. So I just feel like, and it's crazy because y'all ain't never hear this side of me, but this documentary gave me like room to like, because we hold shits in. Like, he holds shits in, right? He expressed through his music. So I was like, damn, I got to really express myself because they really don't know what I go through in real life. They see me on here. That's because y'all light me up, yo. I be so happy to get on. I be so happy to just vibe with y'all. I be so happy to read the comments. We be sitting together like, look what they said about you, or look what they said, look what they talking about. Okay, we got to go harder. Because of y'all gave me life. And shout out to y'all because we wouldn't have been able to watch this documentary. So y'all done added substance to what I got going on now. But that's my message. I appreciate it. How do you feel? How do you feel? Y'all, this shit made me cry. I ain't never think I'd be vulnerable on this channel ever.
This the song that he sold.
Yeah, Mud on My Gucci. I pulled it up. For $500. Who he sold it to? We don't know. Somebody probably bought that thing and redid it.
It wasn't finished.
The person better finish it. He gave them a good. He gave them a good amount. Shit, a whole hook.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can hear it.
Oh no.
You don't hear the ad-libs in the back?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
in the mix?
All right. Wait, he didn't even put no verses in there.
Pull up on the highway, I should wanna probably, what if I did I say, bitch I'm coming, stand back, don't communicate, I don't need your hoes on your phone, you could duplicate, pussy I'ma duplicate, I'ma eat your pussy bitch, and I'm riding through your state, everybody look at this, I can make a movie, I can make a movie bitch, you a groovy, she said she a groovy bitch, ain't all stupid, cause I'm going stupid, bitch. My Gucci, my Gucci. Hey, cause I'm going stupid. My Gucci pics.
So he didn't put no verses. He only put the hook. So that mean it's open up right now, Foreign.
Move. It's the Start Shopping music video.
I think it's funny she opening me with me. She love me. I'm nothing like somebody can leave. Damn. He be saying stuff. I'm about to have him in my car for like.
Look at the sky tonight. All the stars have a reason. Hold on. We're right here. I'll be back in the morning. I know that I'm not that important to you, but to me, girl, is so much more than gorgeous. So much more than perfect.
Right now I know that I'm really working. If you give me time, I could work on it. Give me some time while I work on it. Losing your patience, and girl, I don't blame you. The earth's in rotation, you waiting for me. Look at my face when I fuck on your waist, cause we only have one conversation a week. Damn, he hard. They on me. Fuck though, I did this all by myself. Matter of fact, I ain't never asked no one. That's me. Why I don't pick up my phone when you ring? None of my exes is over, Lil Peep. Nobody flexing as much as I be. That's why she texting me, telling me she love me. She know that little body I be over to see. Moving in my money and smoking my weed. I think it's funny she open to me. Get comfortable with me once I come and I love her, she love me. I know that I'm nothing like somebody family wanted me to be. If I find a way, would you walk it with me? Look at my face while you talking to me. Cause we only have one conversation a week. Can I get one conversation at least? Shout out to everyone making my beats. You helping me preach. This music's the only thing keeping the peace when I'm falling to pieces. Shit. I don't want to hear nobody else for the rest of for the next few months. I gotta lock into Lil Peep, bro.
Lil Peep, man.
I love how he assembled his music, bro.
I want y'all motherfuckers to subscribe. The Foreign TVO, don't give a fuck. Better subscribe, motherfucker. If not, security gonna get your ass. Pup, pup.